First of all, I thought our crowd was just great. And, we were down 9, couldn't make a shot. Came out the second half and just a educated UTEP crowd that reacted to 2 or 3 defensive stops, layups, runouts going the other way, and got behind our guys. Our guys started believing a little bit. They needed that in the worst way. And, we had given up 37% at halftime, and we were down 9. At one point, we were shooting 9% from the floor. In the first half, we had wide open looks and just kept playing, And the team's maturing from the standpoint that we didn't let our lack of offense influence us on the defensive end, just kept guarding. And got a couple traps and steals out of a little half-court press that Coach Braswell put out, and it really, really helped us. Coach Johnson, I thought, had a great plan with the man-to-man defense on the other end, and got a little help out of boxing one. And Omega probably had his best half as a minor. I thought in the second half when we were really just needing buckets, need somebody to go create a play, make a play. We did that. DA had a couple nice plays out of high screen and roll, throws to Matt for, lob dunk, and turned the corner and got it to the rim once or twice. And then he was really struggling from the field. He got to the rim, made a layup, and then he kind of got his head up and made a three. Our team still has so much room for growth. I think we can shoot it better than we shot it. It was nice to see Jake made a couple tonight. Paul had played so well, and I thought he fought it tonight, and just, we're hopeful that he'll come back and turn that thing around because he was playing so well, prior to that time. But real proud of our guys. Trey gave us some solid minutes, didn't turn it over. We handled their full court pressure really well with one exception when we, threw it length of the floor out of bounds, but kind of regrouped. And, it's fun to watch them grow.
How important was it for you guys to get this win on the night where you honored Chief Jackson?
Well, obviously we had people here. Anytime we got former minors here like Wayne Campbell and Fred Reynolds and Paul Cunningham, guys that were part of 4 straight championship teams in the 80s that are all friends of mine now, you don't want to embarrass yourself. You want their family to feel like this was a special place. And I think when they saw our crowd, they could probably picture their son out there playing in that kind of a defensive battle. And they got a chance to meet all of our players last night. David Wilbanks, a doctor here in town, had a party for our players, and some of Jeep's old teammates, Fred and Wayne and Soup and Tim Crenshaw, all these guys came over, and the Jeep's family was there, and it was really a beautiful thing. And so it was a great night. I wish I could have seen the halftime tribute, but I just hope our crowd will come back out here Saturday night, and regroup again and recognize, and try to admire the fact that, we're a team in progress and a team that's growing. And when we're not out of the woods, and we're going to play a team that, in my opinion, is a top 15 team in the country in Middle Tennessee State. They're 19-3 right now and undefeated in our league. And it'll be another great test. And I think our guys will try to come out and play against what I think is a tremendous team here on Saturday.
Coach, you talk about that crowd, and we harped on it at the beginning of the season. Usually I don't touch on it, but you said we have to earn the crowd.
Right.
Have you earned that crowd now at this point?
Well, that's their opinion. It's not my opinion. It's their opinion. They have to make that determination. And I think that they're going to be the people that were at this ball game tonight. It's a great word-of-mouth team, and my guess is they're going to say, hey, there's something going on out there. We need to go support these kids. That would be my guess. That's been my history with this school and this great program.
And getting to the game, often it's one shot that gets guys to click when you're shooting like 25%. All of a sudden it goes down. What was that one shot for this team that really made them believe?
I think it was a defensive stop. We had back-to-back steals out of a half-court trap. We trapped them at the half-court line, got the ball back, and went down, laid it up. 2 easy baskets for a team that's struggling. And we told them at halftime, when you're struggling making shots, get the ball to the rim. Let's go get at the rim. Go create some offense off of defense. Let's try to get to playing downhill a little bit, out of screen and roll and some other actions, and see if we can't get at the rim, because you guys can make all those shots. We just asked them all. Matt, are you capable of making those shots? DA, are you capable of making those shots? Omega, would you like to have those shots back? Jake, would you like to have those shots back? And they were all like, yeah. I said, okay, we'll go prove it. And I thought, they played well. They played well.
First half, it seemed like UAB was well prepared for what you guys have been doing well. Did you have to make certain adjustments at halftime, or was it just like you said, these
You
teams
know,
continues to grow?
I'll just say this. You know, they were 37% first half. They had what? How many points at halftime? 28. That's a 56-point game. You know, 228-point half. So, no, I thought we played solid both halves defensively. It was just offensively. It was a real struggle for us in the first half, and I thought the defense created offense in the second half. And where the boards ended up, they crushed us in the first half on the glass on the offensive board, and it was probably about like that at halftime. We might have kept that around the same number in the second half. We had 3 turnovers in the second half, and that was huge too. We had seven at halftime, and again we won the battle in the paint at 28-26. So that helps you get to the foul line. We made more free throws again. You know, we're not shooting them well, but we got to the line a bunch, and that's important.
Tim, you guys are even on the defensive boards. The offensive boards, is it more of a mindset of just get back and play defense so you're kind of letting?
No, I just think we just, you know, that's probably not a real art of ours right now. You know, it's just not something that it's a real strong suit. But we keep working at it.
You found different ways to keep yourself competitive and win games, and you mentioned, you know, defense led to offense, defense led to a 7-for-7 streak. How big is that from just a mental aspect and identity aspect for you?
Well, I think it's really important, and our team, you know, we haven't gone around. We haven't seen Middle Tennessee. They're the best defensive team in our league, but our numbers are reflecting that it's given us a chance to hang around, you know. And going into this game, I think we were leading defensive field goal percentage team in our league by 4 points, 4 percentage points, 37. Everyone else was around 42. 3-point field goal percentage, leading the league by a considerable number. And that in itself has just given us a chance, you know, when we're not making shots, which early in the year we didn't make shots. We couldn't guard me, you know, early in the year. So it just got, you know, it's just gotten better. Matt's gotten healthy, okay? Paul's gotten better. DA and Omega are playing with more poise, and it's, you know, we're growing.
Matt playing with like a certain chip on his shoulder. Can you see that practice time, being able to practice into the game? Is it like that chip on his shoulder?
I don't think it's a chip. I think what we're seeing is a really, really talented big guy who, and I've been saying it for years, I think our people thought I was on drugs because he just hadn't been able to, you know, do anything on the home floor. You know, he hadn't been able to play very well. Look, the kid did not practice for 2 years. He's not had an off season to lift or run or work on his game since he's been here. Torn labrum surgery the first year, broken foot second year, foot surgery third and fourth years. Okay? He comes in, does not practice, plays in ball games for our first 12 games. Just played in ball games, had not practiced in 2 years. Okay? You'd get better too, you know? He's just getting better. He's just getting in condition. He's getting a feel for the game. You know, you got to catch up to it. And he's a really good talent, and he's playing better and better every night. I'm like the fact he's not dropping his head and, you know, worrying about a miss. He's competing, and he's growing as a player. To think that we got him for another year is really, really exciting, you know.
Coach, the last one we got for you in practice, your message to the team was play with poise, make the poised pass.
Yeah.
How do you feel your team was?
Not in the first half. You know, we did some goofy things in the first half, had 7 turnovers, but we had 3 in the second half when we were down and played really smart. And we hadn't turned it over the last 2 games. You know, the defensive rebounding's getting better, and you know, we got a long way to go. You know, I mean, anybody who watched it knows that we need another playmaker or 2 offensively. You know, we could have used Lee Moore and Josh McSwiggan and those kids that were targeted to be here. They're not, you know, but I love the way these kids have hung around. We could have folded the tent and quit, and we hadn't done that.
I just started to, like, after I seen the first shot, it was like, okay, I can hit the second one, I can hit the third one, so I just kept it going. And I was just doing it for my team. And then a little inside joke with the little Coach Bucket, he told me as a junior, Jeep Jackson on the Jeep Jackson night to go for 25 in the second half. So that's what I was really trying to do.
You guys are over 500 now in conference. What does that mean to you?
It's just more confidence and more boost for us to just keep going, and just we got an undefeated team coming in here Saturday, and we just got to try to get them too.
As a team, what changed? In the first half, you guys were down by 9, and then you guys opened up the second half on fire.
The first half, they got too many offensive rebounds, and then that was how they got their lead. And then the second half, at halftime, that's what coaches really talk about. So that's what we really focused on out there and second half and just try to get the rebounds. And it helped us to our advantage, pushing it in transition, getting us open looks, and then spreading the floor out, and it helped everybody.
Does it help that the fans were so engaged in this since earlier in the season, way more than they have been earlier in the season?
I mean, of course, when you're playing at home, you would want your fans. So yes, it really does. Yes. I love the fans, and I'm thankful for them. And I just wanted to get to where it's 12,222 every night.
Yeah, last one. Does your special night, does it make it even more special since it was on Jeep Jackson night?
I mean, it was still. I mean,
Of course it does.
yeah, it really does. I mean, I really put RIP Jackson on my shoe because it was like a big game for me, and I just wanted to go out there and just give everybody a show. And then, like, I was talking to some of the older players last night, and they told me to go to do the same thing.
It's all good.
You know, you talk about the head you hot, but the message to this team this week was play with poise in practice.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
coach said make the poised pass. How'd you guys do in that regard?
Really, I mean, it showed a lot in the first half. We missed a lot of shots in the first half, shots we usually make. So we came in here, everybody was positive. They got a lot of their points on rebounding, so really just having the poise to come out and execute in the second half, not letting the first half discourage us.
How would this team have responded in the first part of the season with that half?
Obviously not bad with the losing streak, but just now it's just a lot different. It feels real good.
Why is that? Why is it different?
Our defense is a lot better, and we're kind of confident in what we know what we need to do as far as our roles and what coach demands of us.
What got you going? Like as a team, you know, you were shooting 25%. What got you going all of a sudden? Was there one shot?
I would really just say it's just really defense. I know it sounds cliche, but us just playing defense and then us really just finding what we want to do. Of course, the Marshall win gave us a lot of confidence to go in there and get a road win like that. It gave us a lot of confidence.
You know, when you look at the new defense that you guys put in and talking about playing that double team post, how'd you guys do in that regard?
Real good. Real good. We our biggest problem was rebounding out of it. They had a lot of athletes. The front court is very athletic. But once we got the hang of that and knew we had to start putting bodies on them, but not turn it into a jump contest, we limited them a lot.
When did you know that you might have this game?
Really, I felt like that coming out of halftime. I think they even scored the first shot. But then I think once, I don't know, really in the start of the second half, I kind of felt it, really.
Well, I'll take you to the second half. Block on the other end, pass up to you, out on the corner. You step back and hit that three.
Yeah, that was big. That was big. And that was just good to hear the crowd really roar like that. That was definitely a point where I kind of felt like we were going to take off with it.
Take me through that sequence, and then after you hit it, what are the feelings? What's going through your mind?
Really, once I hit the shot, well, I seen Omega coming, and I knew he's going to find me. And really, once I hit the shot and heard the crowd, it was just great to hear everybody involved, and especially how special of a night it is tonight in supporting Jeep Jackson. So it was big. It was a big moment.
How much does it mean to you to win on Jeep Jackson night?
Oh, a lot. It's very special for us as a unit.
I'm going to say this to you. I don't know if you could have even imagined it at the start of the season. You're over 500 in conference. How's that feel?
Feels real good. Real good.
What do you see out of Middle Tennessee? What do you guys got to do to keep this going?
Well, we're probably going to look at them more tomorrow, but just from what I've seen, they're a real good defensive team. So we're going to have to take really great shots as well as they rebound well. So they have a good front court. So really focusing on those two things.
Anything else?
Just thank you for the fans that stuck with us through it all.